Hey everyone, buckle up because today's deep dive is all about cracking the code on raising successful kids. And no, we're not talking about pushing for straight A's or Ivy League acceptance letters. We're going deeper, exploring what it truly means to thrive in life. We got some really thought-provoking sources lined up for you today. We'll be diving into a new book called The Formula by Harvard professor Ron Ferguson and journalist Tatsha Robertson, where they lay out 8 key roles parents play in nurturing their children's growth. Plus, we'll uncover some surprising insights from a landmark 85-year study from Harvard. And to top it off, we'll get a glimpse into a unique school that's taking a really hands-on approach to putting these ideas into action.
I think what's so interesting about the approach that Ferguson and Robertson take is that they define success not just by those traditional metrics like wealth or career status. They're really focused on this idea of raising fully realized human beings, and that resonated with me.
It's about so much more than just checking off boxes, isn't it? It's about equipping kids with the tools to create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling on a personal level.
Absolutely. And what they discovered through their research is that it's not about lavish vacations or enrolling your kid in every extracurricular under the sun. They identified these 8 distinct roles that parents can play. And they're not what you might expect. We're not talking about disciplinarian or breadwinner, but more nuanced roles like the revealer or the philosopher.
Okay, those definitely don't sound like your typical parenting labels. I'm curious, what exactly does it look like to be a revealer parent?
It's all about fostering a sense of wonder and curiosity in your child. Think about those moments when you share something new with a child, a breathtaking view, a different culture, even a thought-provoking book. It's about expanding their world and helping them to see beyond their immediate surroundings.
It's about nurturing those aha moments, right? It reminds me of something I read in their book where they talked about the importance of encouraging kids to ask those why questions and to grapple with complex issues.
Yes, that ties directly into their role of the philosopher, which resonated deeply with me. It's not about imposing your own beliefs, but rather providing a safe space for your child to explore their values, wrestle with ethical dilemmas, and ultimately define what matters most to them.
It's about guiding them to develop their own internal compass. And as you mentioned, it all circles back to that idea of raising a fully realized human being, someone who's not just successful on paper, but who leads a life of purpose and intention. So how does this framework of the 8 roles actually play out in raising successful young adults? Can you give us an example?
Absolutely. Let's take the role of the flight engineer, for instance. Now, imagine life is a journey, right? And just like a flight engineer on an airplane makes those crucial course corrections along the way, parents who embody this role are there to provide guidance and support, especially when their kids hit those inevitable bumps in the road.
So it's about striking that balance between offering guidance and encouraging independence, allowing your child to spread their wings while knowing you're there to help them navigate those turbulent times.
Exactly. It's about teaching them to navigate challenges, set healthy boundaries, and stay true to themselves even when things get tough.
This is already making me rethink my own approach to pretty much everything, honestly. What's another one of those roles that really stood out to you? This is really making me think about those moments when kids start to test boundaries, pushing for more independence. It seems like the flight engineer role would be especially crucial during those teenage years.
It's about finding that sweet spot between giving them roots and giving them wings. And sometimes that means letting them stumble a bit, knowing that those experiences, even the messy ones, are what ultimately help them grow.
It reminds me of that saying, we learn more from our failures than our successes.
Mm.
It seems like resilience is a key theme here.
It absolutely is. And that brings us to another one of the 8 roles, the fixer. But before you picture a parent swooping in to solve all their child's problems, think of it more as empowering them to navigate challenges on their own. It's about making sure they have the resources and support they need to thrive, whether that's connecting them with mentors, seeking out opportunities, or just being a listening ear when they need it most.
It's about being their advocate, their champion, but not their savior. It's about equipping them with the tools and the confidence to find their own solutions. So we've talked about the importance of nurturing their sense of wonder, their values, their ability to navigate challenges. What else stood out to you from the formula?
Well, this next insight might just surprise you. In preparing for our deep dive today, I came across this fascinating 85-year study from Harvard. Yes, you heard that right, 85 years. And it uncovered a surprising link between chores and success in adulthood.
Wait, chores, like taking out the trash and doing the dishes.
I know, it sounds a bit counterintuitive. But the research actually found a strong correlation between children who were regularly involved in household chores and their overall success and happiness later in life.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. What's the connection there? Why would chores be so impactful?
It all comes down to the development of essential life skills. When children contribute to the household, they're not just learning how to fold laundry or mow the lawn. They're developing a sense of responsibility, a work ethic, learning to delay gratification. They're also learning to solve problems and take pride in a job well done.
So it's about so much more than just keeping a tidy house. It's about building character, fostering a sense of self-worth, and equipping them with those essential skills that are going to serve them well throughout their lives.
Exactly. And here's another crucial aspect that really stood out to me. Chores also foster empathy and teamwork. When children participate in household tasks alongside their family members, they begin to understand the needs of others and how their actions can impact those around them. It's about moving from a me to a we mentality.
I love that. It's about understanding that we all have a role to play in something larger than ourselves. Did Ferguson and Robertson touch on this idea of chores and contributions in their research?
They did. And they connected it back to that idea of agency, which is a central theme throughout their book. Remember, they define agency as the ability to be the author of your own life. And it's something that can be nurtured from a young age through those seemingly simple acts of contribution, like doing chores. When children are given age-appropriate responsibilities and trusted to contribute to the family unit, it cultivates a sense of ownership, competence, and the belief that their actions have a real impact.
It's about empowering them with that sense of, I can do it, I can make a difference.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how something as simple as chores can be such a powerful tool for developing these essential life skills. But how do we take this insight and actually apply it in a real-world setting beyond the walls of our homes? It really makes you wonder how we can translate this concept of chores as valuable learning experiences into other areas of a child's life.
Well, I actually came across a great example while I was researching for this deep dive. There's a school called the Upper Valley Waldorf School, and they've woven this philosophy right into their curriculum.
Okay, I'm always fascinated by schools that think outside the box. Tell me more about their approach.
They've fully embraced this idea that chores can be powerful learning tools. From a young age, students are involved in practical hands-on tasks like cooking, gardening, even maintaining the classrooms.
So they're not just learning about these things in theory, they're actually rolling up their sleeves and doing them.
Exactly. And it's not just about teaching them life skills. The school believes that these hands-on experiences foster self-reliance, responsibility, and a sense of community. They're learning to problem solve, think critically, and work together towards a common goal.
It sounds like they're really putting those ideas of smarts, purpose, and agency into action in a very tangible way.
And it's clearly having a positive impact. The kids are engaged, they're taking ownership of their environment, and they're developing a deeper understanding of what it means to contribute to a community.
It makes you wonder what would happen if more schools adopted this kind of holistic approach to education.
I think it has the potential to be transformative. Imagine a generation of kids who are not only academically proficient, but also equipped with those essential life skills, a strong sense of purpose, and a passion for making a difference.
It really does all tie back to that idea of nurturing fully realized human beings, doesn't it? Instead of just focusing on grades and test scores, we need to equip kids with a broader set of tools to navigate the complexities of life.
Absolutely. And while there's no magic formula for raising successful kids, I think the insights we've uncovered today offer a powerful roadmap.
It's about being intentional, recognizing the value of those everyday moments, and empowering our children to become active participants in their own growth and development. It's about fostering their curiosity, their empathy, and their belief in their ability to make a real difference in the world.
And it all starts with planting those seeds early on, nurturing their love of learning, and providing them with opportunities to explore, discover, and create.
It's really got me thinking differently about how we prepare kids for a future that's full of possibilities. Thanks so much for diving into these insights with me today.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listeners, we'd love to hear your takeaways, what resonated with you. Until next time, keep those minds curious and those conversations flowing.